Build it, Lord. Hey, you guys, how you guys are feeling today? This is Ladon. I'm in the house, and I'm hoping you guys enjoyed Joe Day. If you like my video, like my video. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to go ahead and comment, go ahead and comment. It is what it is. But I hope you guys had a good day. But what I want to talk about today is I dated a woman that was a captain from the military, high rank type woman, and I met her. First time I met her was on a dating app, and I scrolled through a dating app here and there to see who's on there. Dating apps really, I'm just gonna tell you, dating apps suck to meet somebody. But during that time, I was still going out, but I didn't really meet nobody. So I had the dating app on, and I was out and about. And we started talking. We matched on the app, and we started to get to know each other and call each other. We talked for quite a while, and we hit it off. So she lived out there in the high desert, over there in the desert area where there's nothing to do. She was living out there. And I was thinking to myself, I bet she really want to come up here and do something, because they sure ain't nothing to do out there in the desert. And during this time, I planted, a little get together, a little date thing, and I didn't have that much money. I was not struggling, but I just didn't have that much money. I might spend it on rent or did something. But during that time, I told her, hey, we can just go get some fish, and I know a place that we get some fish and I like, and we could just hang out. She was cool with it. She was cool with it. We talk, we laugh, and she ate, and what happened was we started drinking. We were drinking and laughing and talking. We hit it off very well, very well. And there was times that she was in that military, and she had to travel. After we hit it off and stuff, she had to travel here in places, and she told me she had a house out there in Atlanta, and she had to go out there and take care of and all that. And I was cool with it. She hit me, hit me here and there, calling me and stuff. We talked, we chit chat, but she always had to take care of business. During this time, I didn't know she was in the military, never knew it. And we were just talking. I just like, she didn't really tell me too much about the job. She said she had to travel a lot. So she went out there and she traveled a lot, And I was cool with it. And I remember we set up another date, and we went. We didn't really go eating that day. She wanted to hang out with me again, so she came up here from that little small ass town. And we went to the beach. We walked on the beach. We danced on the beach. They had some music with a DJ. And they were just, we little get together. It was between like 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock. We were just dancing, and there was people out there. We were just dancing, having a good time, and drinking again, walking and having a drink. And we hit it off. And she said she had to go. She left around like 11 o'clock, between 11 o'clock at night, and drove back home. And I was cool with it. And then she told me she had to go some place for a business trip again, and she had to check on her other house. And I was like, all right, she got 2 homes. Okay, she must have stuff that's really going on in her life. And during this time, we were talking back and forth, getting to know each other and stuff like that, and hitting it off, And I remember I went down there the first time, and she said, "Won't you come to my house? We're gonna come out here to my house and we're gonna well, I'll take you to a place that I know was a fish place, and she took me there, and it was some good fish. And we ate, and we laughed, and I remember when I first back up a little bit, when I first seen it, it was just big ass house, huge house. I was like, damn, like I'm looking at it like confused, like what kind of house is this? It was big. It was like a 2-story out in the desert, where nothing to do. Out there in Moreno Valley somewhere, or out there. And I was sitting there amazed by it, and I walked in, and she had the little bar and every drink and all kind of, and she had a big ass bar, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this woman don't have like 10 bottles. She had like 35, 40 bottles. I'm like, okay, she must have a lot of company, or she likes to drink a lot. I knew that from the military that they like to drink because my homies and them were in the military and they like to drink. And I was like, oh, whatever about it. And I'm looking around the house and stuff. And I remember I walked past the guest room and the guest living room, and then I went into this big old living room with this kitchen added on. And she was sitting there, like, go ahead and sit down and stuff. And she was playing this DJ and stuff on her thing. And she was just listening to music, but she was answering calls on there. She had a little computer desk on the side in the kitchen area. It was huge. You could put a desk there. You could have the kitchen. You could have a living room. But the house was huge. And she was over there. It's like, sit down. Just give me a few hours. I need to work. And she was over there working on the computer. And I thought nothing of it. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm watching TV, chilling, listening to music and stuff like that. And I'm looking, and she over there. I'm like, dang, I'm looking at her. It's been like 3 hours. I'm like, are we still going, we decided to go swimming. And, and she was like, yeah, we're going to go swimming. So, but she's like, give me one more hour. Give me one more hour. So I was like, all right, then cool. So, and give her another hour. It was 4 hours now. And I'm like, damn, can we go swimming, And she was like, okay. So we went swimming. We decided to go swimming in her apartment building complex. It was huge. I mean, we had to walk to the swimming pool. There was a lot of people there, and everybody was there, the family, kids, and all that. And we swam and had a good time. We talked and we laughed. We jumped in jacuzzi. She wore her bathing suit. I wore my shorts and stuff like that, and we were drinking and having a good time. We snuck our liquor in there. We wanted everybody else to know that we had liquor, and we talked and we laughed. And that day, we hung out and listened to music. And the next day I woke up. Because I know I ain't driving back from no high desert. I'm like, you got this big ass house? Shit, I'm going to sleep somewhere. And I woke up in the morning and I drove home. And I was excited. I'm like, wow, cool. And everything. And I had a good time, I had a good time. So she called me to make sure I made it home, and we were talking, and then she told me, you got to wait about 2 weeks, and then we going to go, I got to go on a business trip. You always had to go on business trips and take some care of something to do in the business, and all that and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, whatever, cool. And one day she asked me, hey, they're having a baseball game in LA. They had their sorority team, sorority college there. And there was a lot of sorority. I forgot what I'm talking about, Alpha and all them colleges that come together. And she was an older woman too. She was not young, she was an older woman. And I went there. There was her homegirls there, and she invited me to come. So I drove up there, just hang out. When I got there was a lot of people there and families again, and everybody was hanging out and chilling. And and she had a drink. I came up to her, gave her a hug, and she gave me a drink. And no, she didn't give me a drink. I was like, where the drink at? She's like, I don't know, but I got my drink. So I was like, all right. And so I'm thinking to myself, I don't have a drink, and I'm not going to pay no $20 for no drinks. So I even had a little buzz anyway because I drank a little bit before I even walked in there. It was like at this big ass park, baseball park game. It was a park, and there was a lot of people there, and a lot of colleges from universities that graduated. The sonority. I don't know what the hell they are, but she went to go buy some stuff, buy her little sweaters and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, cool. She left her alcohol there. So when she left her alcohol, I kept sipping on it. I so did. I'm looking out for her like, I hope she don't catch me. I was sipping it. She made a good drink. She had a good drink. Very good drink. And she came back and she went to go take a sip of her drink, and most of it was gone. It was gone and stuff. And I was like, she was like, who drank all my drink? And I was just like, and I told her, like, I had a sip. She's like, no, you did. You drank all my drink. She looked at me and she said, you gonna buy me a drink? And I know that was a nice thing to do, but how she said it, like, you gonna buy me a drink in my face? Like, not all the way in my face. Like, she was like, you gonna buy me a drink? I'm like, no, I ain't buying you no drink. Hell no. After you come up with what you just said to me, no, I'm gonna get you a drink. And she like, okay, whatever. And then, and she wouldn't go buy her a drink. And I was thinking to myself while I was sitting there, her friends were there, and it was like, you're LaDon? I'm like, yeah, I'm LaDon. She's like, my friend really like you, and she think you really cool and stuff. Oh, why you didn't buy a drink? I'm like, look how she came off to me, She's sitting on the side like, I'm like, look at what she came off to me. She's like, you're right and stuff like that. But that's me. You should have bought her a drink. So she came back with a drink, and she looked at me and said, I got my drink. You can't get none. I was like, all right, then cool. We started watching a boring-ass game. I was watching sonority, watching people there. There was these young girls there, these young women, young 20, like 31, 26, and it's like the women were getting jealous. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was like they were jealous of them and, competition with the older women. And I'm just like, it was crazy, but just like they kept getting attention from the guys, and the older women weren't getting no attention, and they were making fun, trying to downplay them, and what I'm saying, she thinks she the shit. Look at her and all that, like they used to be back in the days, but not no more. And after she got done, finished her drink, she went to the restroom to go buy some more sweaters or something. They had some sweaters that she wanted to get. And I said, let me be a nice guy, because I felt bad. I was like, let me go ahead and get her a drink. So I went and go walk around, found a drink. It came up to $15, gave her a drink. And I put it next to her when she come back from where she went. And she put it in her chair. So I sat there and waited, watching the stupid little game. And then she came back and she looked at it. She like, oh, you bought me a drink. Thank you. I was like, whatever, with a little snobby little attitude. That's what I'm thinking of my mom. I'm trying to be a nice guy. She like, I don't even know why I bought her a drink. I thought she'd be snobby like that. But anyways, after the game, I said bye to her friends. I walked her to her car. And she drove off. And then she was like, we're talking a little bit more. About a month or two went by. We were dating, getting to know each other, so nothing really serious. And she's like, I gotta go out and stuff like that. She went on a cruise with her friends, and she went to a concert, and She was sending me pictures of her. You know, women do. Look at me. Look at me. I'm like, all right, whatever. And she always was gone, but she kept up with me. And I was thinking to myself, like, that day I was like, thinking to myself, like, man, I don't know if I want to be with this woman because she's always gone. She's always traveling. She lives far away. And I don't know if I want to go out that far. So I left her alone a little bit for a while, but she kept calling me and talking to me, trying to talk to me. So a month went by after she was taking little trips and doing what she wanted to do because she was on vacation and stuff. And she was like, "Why don't you come down and see me again?" So I came down there to the high desert again. And she was doing all this stuff, working, like, you know, I'd be done in 4 hours. Give me 4 hours. And I didn't like that about her. Like, she was always busy, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with busy, but she was just work from like 4, like 8 o'clock in the morning till like 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, why are you doing all this work? Why? And she told me to come on down there and hang out again. And I hung out. But she was still working and like telling me to wait and all that and wait on this stupid computer and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I was a little bit irritated from it. Like, this girl went to just gotta work. And I told her, you gotta work all the time. She's like, don't worry about it, I'm almost done. I was like, yeah, whatever. And we hung out a little couple hours. We had a little 2 hours, whatever, and everything. But when I look down, I see that she had her military jacket, and it had an eagle on it. And and it had an eagle, big old eagle on her jacket, military jacket. I'm looking at myself, like, she knows she ain't I don't think she a private or a captain. An eagle? I'm looking at it, an eagle. Well, you must be a high rank or something. And I looked down, I looked it up on my phone. I was like, what is an eagle in the military? But I'm not going to tell you what military was, but I found out she was a captain. And I was like, what? I'm looking at myself like, I dated a captain? Talking to a captain? In the military? That's high rank right there. Oh, man. I was telling my friends, too. I was like, man, I'm dating a captain. Oh, shit. I'm like, what? I must be the shit. I must be the shit. That's what I'm thinking to myself. I am dating a captain. Why would she like me? You know how much money she bringing home? Ooh, I bet she balling. Then I said to myself, she a captain. That's why she working all the time. In the middle, I'm like, what? She's always working and traveling and everything. And found out she was a captain. I thought, I was like, shit, I moved on up in life. I'm captain. You know, I can see you super fine or gorgeous or, you know, a doctor, a lawyer, but I'm like, a captain? Oh, man, my confidence was like, I'm the shit. Really? A captain like me? What is I doing? What is I doing right in life? But we started talking some more, and I went home that day, you know, after we went swimming and all that. And I figured out the next day, I spent the night again, but we hung out a little hours, and she had to get more work done. She had to go to sleep early, and we hung out. And I went to sleep, woke up, and went home again. She was on her business trips and out there doing her thing, and she kept trying to keep enriching. Now I'm saying to myself, I'm confused. I'm like, I'm happy about being with a captain, but I'm saying to myself, like, do I want to deal with this woman? She works all the time. Oh my God, and she lives far out here. I don't want to drive out there no more. But she kept trying to keep me to hang out with her. And she was an older woman, and I was amazed she didn't have no kids. And I was like, oh, you don't have no kids? She's like, I can't have no kids. I tried, but I tried to have kids. I just can't have kids. I was like, all right, whatever. So that's all she did was work and work and work and work. That's what boss women do. Like women they put they self into, I need to work. I don't got a man. I don't got a husband. I am going to work. I don't know, something about them going to school, accomplishing every degree, accomplishing the whole business and taking advantage. I understand they just love, I don't know, something to do with women when they put their mind in their work. And they always talk about, I gotta go to school. I gotta go to school. It's always school. I gotta go to college. I gotta go enroll in college. I'm trying to get my master's degree. I'm trying to get my doctor's degree. I'm trying to get my second doctor's degree. I'm like, this damn. Like they don't really care. There's something with a degree in their head that I understand why so many women go to college. They put their mind on it. They going to accomplish it, okay? They can't accomplish keeping a man, but they can accomplish getting them degrees. I'm talking about every degree in the book. They accomplish it. They ain't got nothing better in life going on. I got to go back to school. They all don't want to go back to school. All that Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion told them to go to school or get your bag, girl. And them women out there getting their bag, okay? And I couldn't believe it myself. So I said to myself, I'm going to leave her alone. She ain't really the type, but she was always busy. So about 2 more months went by. And she kept trying to talk to me, call me, texting her here and there, send me pictures where she at. Picture of her in New Orleans over there at a concert. One of that concert that comes on 4th of July weekend. And I forgot the Essence Festival. She out there in Atlanta. She out in Chicago visiting her. I'm like, it's always something. So I was just like, whatever. So she kept calling me and texting me. I kept up with her here and there. And she was like, when you gonna see me? 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 And I was like, all right, then I texted her. I said, I'll come see you again. So this time she said, we're gonna have a get together at her work or something. And I'm like, all right, then cool. And she told me, I'm still working. You want to come see me? So I had to go out there to her base, or where she was at, the military base. And this is when I knew stuff. This is when I would just start saying to myself, hell no. That's when I started thinking in my mind, because when she called me to go out there to see the military base to see her, she gave me directions to get there. And then she calls me on the phone like, LaDon, where you at? And I'm like, I'm on my way. I'm here. And she was like, you're not following directions? And I was like, I'm thinking to myself like, wait a minute. I need to follow directions. I'm thinking in my mind like I need to follow directions. I said, peacefully, I said to her, I am following directions because you gave me the directions. That's what I'm thinking. And she's like, oh, why does it take you so long to find the everybody? I said, I see the big old military base. I just don't know where to get in because you gave me the directions. She's like, oh, you need to figure it out. I was like, I got to figure. I'm thinking to myself, I got to figure it out. And she's like, you need to figure it out, and then you just need to turn around and look for the first gate. I was like, let me my spirit. Okay, I left it alone. All right, this sounds good. I'll see you then. She's like, all right, bye. Hung up the phone. And I'm looking at her like confused, and then myself, wait a minute, So I'm slow to anger. So I'm like, I am gonna leave it alone. I left it alone. Left it alone. So I finally found a place. I parked my car off the military base. I mean, by the military base, but not on there. They won't let me go on there, but they let me park where the visitor was. And she like, I'm gonna come get you. And she came and get me. She had a BMW. It was nice BMW, big wide BMW. And she came and got me out there. And she opened up the gates, and I remember when she was picking me up, she said, I see that you got lost. I was like, yeah, but let's go. So we jumped in the car and we jumped back. And I drove up to this military base, and there was a guy there. And, and as soon as he seen her, I was like, the realness came out. The military came out. She was just, the guy from the military was like, yes, ma'am. Like, yes, like, he threw the sign. I was like, oh, okay, that's military. And so we went onto the base, and she was like, I need to finish a little something up. So I got to finish something up on my job. Give me about 10, 15 minutes. I was like, oh my God, here we go again. Oh, she got to work. But when I walked into the office, she had like 3 computers. And I'm saying to myself, 1 here, 2 on the side. I'm like, and she had a military outfit on. They had the little eagles here. I was like, okay, shit, I'm with a captain, okay, fuck with it. And she like, so we sat there, let her do some road work. And there was 1 hour, I was sitting there like, this woman just, oh my God. And so after she got done closing up the place and all that, we went to this place where they sell drinks, a little bar area and stuff like that. And I asked her, because I don't know nothing about no military. I said to her, we here to like network or what, And she looked at me like, they're under me. I'm the head. I was like, I mean, I don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not military or nothing, And she was like, they're under me. I'm like, oh, they follow my directions. I was like, all right. I'm saying to myself, shit, okay, shit, all right. And everything. So we walked in, they seen her, they were saying her name, and like yes, and all the people in there. I was like, wow, okay, this is cool. A high chain command, So we were there, and I went to the back, walking around a little bit of the military area where the bar is, looking around, observing, like, okay, it's a little base. But it's a pretty big base. I'm going to tell you what base, but it was a big base. And she were communicating outside a little bit, and they have popcorn, and I got her a drink. She got me a drink, and she wanted to get me, I get you drinks. I was like, all right, then cool, whatever. I got me a drink. And we was outside for about 2 hours. And she was talking to her friends and stuff. And I'm sitting there like, okay, we've been here 3 hours. I'm bored as hell. There's no karaoke. What is going on here? It is boring here on this base. I want to go. But I didn't have my car. And my car was parked on the side. I said, hey, you ready to go? Let's just go. I still talking to my friends. I was like, all right, whatever. So we sat there. I told you for almost 3 hours. And then I just said, fuck it. I'm going to go back to her car and go chill. I'm going to go back in the car. Give me your keys. And she was like, I said, can I get the keys? She was like, for what? I was like, I didn't just let you talk to your colleagues and let me go up in here. She was like, no, I'll be here. Let me get 10 minutes real quick. Here's the keys. And I gave her the keys. I went to the car, and she walking up there and stuff. I was like, all right, then cool. So it's about 8 o'clock. We went back to her house and stuff. And I don't really get to spend time with her, And she was like, oh, the Wu-Tang concert on. And I'm like, thinking in my mind, like, so? Who gives a damn? I didn't care. So I'm thinking in my mind, I didn't care. And I want to spend time with her. You know, that's why I come down here for the little party and hang out with her. We only had a couple of hours. And she like, I want to watch a Wu-Tang concert. And I was just like, man, you go ahead and watch it. I'm going in some little room. I was in a little room watching a little TV to myself. And I let her watch a little Wu-Tang thing. And I came out the room, and she was laying on the couch like, where were you? I was like, I was in the room, you know, watching some YouTube and stuff like that. And she started copping an attitude with me. She was like, you supposed to be in here watching Wu-Tang with me. I was like, I don't like Wu-Tang like that. I like Wu-Tang, but I don't want to watch the whole concert and nothing like that. And she was like, but you copping an attitude. I said, I'm not copping no attitude and nothing like that and all that and stuff like that. She was like, you could have fooled me. You seem like something wrong with you. I was like, okay. There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, I came down here to hang out with you, go to a little party and stuff like that. It was just me and your time, not everybody else's time, not work time. And she was like, oh, y'all asses copping an attitude and stuff like that. And she was like, I can't work. I said, you can work, do whatever you want, but when somebody comes down to visit you, he's giving you his time or whoever time. She was like, whatever. You something wrong with you. I was like, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just explaining myself like that and everything. She was like, you could have stayed your ass at home. I said, stay my ass at home? Oh, man, what you? Now, see, now you acting all, there's something about, see, you need help. Something wrong with you. You know, I come the fuck down here to come see you, to spend time with you, not with no fucking Wu-Tang. And she was like, you sound like you're being an asshole. It's not me being an asshole. It's just me telling you what's on my mind. I'm here to spend time with you, but you seem like you got motherfucking problems. I don't have motherfucking problems. I come here to spend time with you. Every time I come here, you're working. That's cool. But can you set a time and say, hey, I'm done at 5 and be fucking done with fucking 5? And she was like, oh, it's like this. And she looked at me. The captain was looking at me like, don't be fucking cussing at me, LaDon. I said, you the one to start shit with me. I ain't doing shit to you. And she was like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you too. Man, I don't even need this shit. Fuck everything. This shit, fuck it. You know? And I'm thinking she's like, and I was saying to myself, I went to a room, I said, man, I'm about to cuss this girl ass out even more. And then she came out there, and then I said, man, I'm too hard on her. Let me, I got a cool heart, good heart. I came out there and said, hey, let's just talk. She's like, fuck you, Don. I mean, fuck you too, man. What the fuck ever. You could kiss my ass. You could lose my number. Do what the fuck you want to. And she's like, fuck you. I said, fuck you. Oh, man. Oh, I cussed her ass out, man. I said, you ain't shit. She said, you ain't shit too. I said, you ain't shit. I said, you would never get a man in your life. All this fucking working all the time, stuff like that. You ain't got time for a man. You need help, okay? You would never fucking find a man. I bet she don't have a man to this motherfucking day. She got on my damn nerves. So that night, she went upstairs and stuff like that, and she slept upstairs, and I slept on the couch, because I was not going home that day. It was too late at night. And plus, I was drinking too. I ain't drinking a lot. I drank a little bit, but not too much. She was drinking too, so I went downstairs, slept, woke up in the morning. I said to myself again, that was mean. Let's make, let me go upstairs and talk. We see if we can talk and communicate. I went and jumped in the bed and I said to her, hey, you okay? You know what she said? Don't fucking touch me. I was like, I said to myself, I ain't got no time for this. She was like, fuck you, Don. I was like, fuck you too, okay? And I left. I did. And I drove back home. Mad in the mouth. I was mad. I said, I did all this shit. And she thinks she the shit. You know when you talk when you driving? And she thinks she the shit. I thought she was cool. And I called my homies, and it was like at 8 o'clock in the morning. My homie was like, Don, what's up? I was like, man, you know that stupid ass military captain girl and everything? She thinks she the shit. Fuck her. And I remember my homies, they retired from the military. It was like, did you cuss out? They like, Don, did you cuss her out? I said, man, I cussed that bitch out. I sure did. And he was like, man, you cussed out a captain? I'm like, yup, sure did. I'm like, man, fuck her. She thinks she the shit. They're gonna try to talk to me like she got some sense. Man. And my homies would look at me, was like, man, you cussed out a captain, man. How the hell you do that, man? You the shit, Don. And I was sitting there like, okay, I am shit. I cuss out. This is Don. We used to be in the military, and we always wanted to cuss out a captain. But you're not in the military. You know how many people that she takes care of, and people under her and all that. I said, yeah, she thinks she the shit. She ain't shit. He said, Don, man, I wish I could cuss out a captain. All my friends were like, man, Don, I wish I could have cussed out a captain. There's a lot of people out there with your captain. I was like, damn, I thought it was just a regular argument and stuff like that. But my friends were all happy, like, man, you cussed the fucking captain out. And I was like, and that day, I drove home, and I tell you the truth, I never talked to her ass again. Never. I was done with her. She ain't shit. All that. But what I didn't like was that she's trying to control the situation of me and her. You can't control me. I'm LaDon. I'm doing what the hell I want to do. And don't be cussing at me. And if I ain't cussing at you, because I'm slow to anger, I don't be so mad all the time. I'm barely mad. But when somebody make me mad, I get ruthless on them. But it is what it is. But it's a part of life. Sometimes you got to cuss out people. You take your kindness for weakness. I'm over there trying to be cool with her and stuff like that. But I was like, man, what? Man, I was mad as hell. But anyways, during that time, she said when she was going to move somewhere. I remember she said she's not going to stay down there. She was stationed down there for like 2 or 3 years, and she had to leave. I bet she's somewhere else in life right now. I know no guy ain't going to deal with her shit because she thinks she's the boss and she thinks she's over everybody. And, and it was just like, I learned something. When some people in that type of field or people that think they're the shit and they think they're number one, I've been with several women that think they're the shit and they ain't shit. I don't do nothing. I just try to be cool with you as you be cool with me. But you think your leadership is going to take you and you're going to conquer me? I ain't no submissive man. You can kiss my ass on that. But I am a man that's going to stand on my own, and I'm going to stand and do what I needs to do. I respect you as you respect me. That's just where it goes. But I don't never want to go there. Because that's just not me. That is not my character. That's not my heart. That's not my soul. But when you piss me off, you want to talk some shit, we can talk some shit. Sure can. But to this day, I don't know where her ass went. But I bet she ain't got no man. I bet she retired from the military with no man and gonna never get married. I bet you that. I put money on that. Who gonna deal with all that? I am a captain. I am a sergeant. Come on, man. I ain't no military. I'm just a human being. You trying to use your power on me. You can't use your power on me. I ain't got no money. So I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. Pop my shirt, where is that? Pop my collar. Do I got a collar? Yeah. Pop my collar to it. But anyways, what I want to say to you guys, it was a damn. I want to say is, there we go. Got a little push the anger down. Push. Ooh, it was a good story. But what I want to say to you guys is I had a damn good time. But it felt good cussing her out. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to cuss somebody out to get your respect. I'm just keeping it real. They say two wrongs don't make it right. Sometimes it does. But anyways, what I want to say to you guys is appreciate listening to my story and all the people that's watching. But anyways, I got to go. Bye.